Hey everybody, I'm John. I collect cards. It's Tuesday night, November 15th. Well into the off season now. Hot Stove League is perking up. Not following it too closely yet, but it'll be interesting to see where folks start heading in terms of picking out their free agents, picking out their 2023 destinations, and who's getting traded, what's not, whatnot. Looking forward to a couple of whoppers. I'm sure will come down the pike here. Especially now that there's no CBA nonsense to worry about for a few years. I'm sure there'll be a couple of very interesting trades that come about in addition to free agent signings. So anyway, we're well into football season right now. My Jets are 6-3, which is really a surprise. So we'll see where they go with that here in the second half of the season. But anyway, I'm just taking a few minutes here to show a couple of quick pickups I've done in the last few weeks. Really, I'm showing only two I haven't done a whole lot of picking up stuff off of eBay lately, to be honest. I've bought some update, a couple of blasters here and there if I'm seeing them. I actually have not seen hanger boxes out on retail, which I was trying to find, but I've seen a few blasters, so I've opened 3 or 4 of those. And I ended up buying a hobby box about within the first week after it came out, because it turned out to be a pretty interesting set this year, especially compared to the other flagship releases. But I kind of got that out of the way. But really, I haven't picked up much in the way of singles, but I'm going to show 2 here that I did pick up, along with 3 through the mail autos. So we'll make it a quick video here. But the first thing I'm going to show is pick this up from my LCS here. Maybe a week and a half ago, and I'm definitely gonna get it graded. I think it's only the second card from this set that I have, but I think there'll be more in my future, just in the years to come, because it's just such a iconic set. And then it's 1953 Bowman color. It's just just photos on the front, but I mean it's stunning photography, including this one. So I picked this one up. I'll move these cards out of the way now. I picked this Larry Doby up at my LCS, and it's just a really cool pose. I mean, it's just a great shot, right at the peak of his career. First player in the American League, first African American player. So he broke the color line in the American League just a few weeks after Jackie Robinson did. Maybe it was 2 months. Can't remember what month he joined the AL. Can't remember if that says it on here on the back or not of this one. Maybe it doesn't. But shortly after Jackie came on, Larry came on, and he actually played longer than Jackie did. Had a Hall of Fame career. Got in the Hall in the late '90s or early 2000s. I can't remember the exact year he got in, but it was definitely a long time coming. But this is a nice condition card. And I got this for $45. They knocked down $5 for me. And it's, I think I got a decent deal on it, because I'm going to send this in for grading at some point. And I'm hoping this might be at least a 5, possibly even a 6. And I would love for it to come back a 6. It might be a little too off center for it to be a 6, but it's maybe possible. We'll see. But I definitely will get this graded. It's just a really beautiful card. So I got it in the card saver already, ready for that whenever that happens. But so I picked that up recently. I found myself enjoying finding nice raw examples to then send in. Even with the $24 or $30, what it was for SGC, and throw that on top of what I pay. If I see that it's still kind of it's at what together, if they're selling, that's what they're going for roughly on eBay, or if they're a little under what they're going on for eBay, then to me that's a win. And not that I'm looking for that, but it's an interesting, fun part of the hobby that I've kind of gravitated toward lately. Last year I was buying autographs all over the place, just because I was really building up that collection. I haven't been doing that nearly as much this year, but I've been grading cards this year, so a lot of my budget's going there this year. And this kind of exercise is kind of part of that. I like finding just beautiful cards, nice examples of them, for, you know, reasonable amount. You know, again, I paid $45 for this, and when I get it graded, I'll be in for about 69 bucks. And, you know, and if it comes back in the grade, I'm hoping, you know, it's going for more than that on, you know, even now in this sort of downtime, market wise. And it's not something I would sell either. It's just something to hold, because it's such a great card to have. But nice to know too. But one other thing I picked up recently is a segue for you. Actually, is an autograph. It is from the 2020 Brooklyn collection for Topps, which, you know, I mentioned maybe once before in another video. I think that was my favorite set of 2020. I thought it was the base cards in that were just, the base design of that, if you've ever seen them, were just so cool. I don't have an example handy, but the autographs were cool as well. And I actually have all 50 cards. I ended up that winter picking away and buying all the singles of that set. And I ended up picking away at a few autographs as well. And I wanted a nice even number of autographs. I had 11 autographs from that set over time, and now I picked up my 12th. And I'll probably now stop. It's a nice even number to go with the 50 card set, 12 autographs. Picked up this Paul Goldschmidt, who I imagine is going to be the NL Most Valuable Player when those awards are announced. I think they might be this week, actually, because I think they just announced Rookie of the Year. You know, and if Goldschmidt if he doesn't win MVP, he had his best year. I just thought it was it's an auto of a, great multi-time All-Star that I did not have. And it's only out of 20. It's not a batting pose, but it's still just a really cool card. Fairly simple auto, but clean, looks good. And just, these auto designs were cool too. The base cards of these were just so cool, though. They were looked like they were, could have been. I mean, they say on the back here how these were basically examples they worked up for possible designs and didn't run with them. But I don't know how they didn't run with that 2020 Brooklyn Collection base set, because I thought it was such a cool set. It just looked great. And this was probably, this looks like it could have been a early 80s design, whereas the base cards of this set looks like it could have been a late 70s design maybe. But either way, I love the Brooklyn Collection set. You know what, I'm gonna bear with me 1 second. I'm grabbing my Brooklyn Collection cards here. I've got them all in a box. If you've never seen them before, this is what they look like. That's the base set. There's a Cal Ripken to 75. There's a Lindor to 75. A Ted Williams to 50. The designs of these were just phenomenal. I just thought that was just so cool. Everybody's got their own favorite design, but I just thought the 2020 Brooklyn Collection was spectacular. Maybe I'll show some more of those at another time. I got the autos stashed away elsewhere, but really quick then, I showed those two there, and then we're going to open 3 through the mails that I just got, and then we'll call it a video. I was hoping to make it less than 10 minutes, and I managed to, probably going to go well over 10. But the first auto we have is from Richmond, Virginia. Okay, Richmond, Virginia. And let's see if I can get away without tearing a note card or anything like that. See if we got anything good. The last one of these actually is a really old one, I can tell, by the way, from the stamp. Oh, let's see. I did not rip the note. And it is Johnny Grubb. Okay. Very cool. 1977 Topps. Johnny Grubb played for several teams. I know him more as a Texas Ranger, I think, and Detroit Tiger. But he played for several teams. I think he started with the Padres. Yes, he did. This was a freebie. Kind of matches his 77 signature there still a little bit. So thank you, Mr. Grubb. He answered my question too, which was, what great pitcher did you hit well against? Jim Palmer and Dennis Eckersley. Pretty cool. I'll have to look that up. I don't know if that's if you can look up some stats from back in the day like that versus hitter versus certain pitchers. You probably could, but it'd be cool to look that up to see how much he was good against them. But thank you again, Johnny Grubb, for that. Let's just kind of leave that there. Our second autograph is coming from the other coast, coming from the left coast, to be exact, coming from San Diego, California. Diego, California. Let's see what we got in this one. Hope you're having a good week, by the way. It's snowing here in Western Michigan. The snow, it's winter season. It feels like it is already. Oh, this is great. Bowman. Very nice. It's just the one card I sent him, and he sent it back really quick, actually, because these have been sitting here for 1 to 2 weeks, these envelopes. And so he sent this back really quick. So thank you, Mr. Boone. I actually did not have much Bob Boone cards handy. I was able to find, because again, when I got back in the hobby, my brother has all our cards for the most part, and so, which is just totally fine. I mean, he's, Frank, if you got him and you got him, that's great. I hope you still love having them all. But I had this Bob Boone from 76 Topps, actually a pretty original card, or a, kind of a little cool series that they did, I guess, for 76. They did a father and son. And I love that they had Ray Boone's 1954 Topps card there, which is my favorite vintage set. Nice clean signature. That's cool. I love that a lot. So thank you, Mr. Boone, for this one. Such a fantastic legacy in the game. Running through, we got through at least 3 generations. And who knows what may be coming down the pike. I imagine I wouldn't be surprised if it'll continue even after the, Aaron and Brett. And for all I know, I could be missing another Boone in that generation. But awesome signature from Bob Boone there. Thank you very much for that, Mr. Boone. Last autograph is coming from Charleston, South Carolina, with a very old stamp that I haven't used in 2 years probably. It's one of those like modern artist kind of stamps. I can't remember the artist's name offhand without looking at it really up close, but I'm curious to see who this is. And I tried not to look in my notes to really figure out who it could be. So we're going to be surprised together if I can get it open. Sorry for shaking the camera there. There we go. Okay, one card, I think. Jim Pankovitz. Wow. I barely remember sending. I don't even think I remember sending this. Wow. Jim Pankovitz, thank you very much. I really appreciate you sending this in. I'm glad you were, my envelope was on top of a stack maybe that you were going through or something, but glad you took the time to sign this one. Jim Pankovitz played for a few years. I don't know how much longer he played after 1989, but mostly a kind of a middle infielder. Maybe it's, second, third base, backup, kind of like, 4th or 5th infielder. Don't know too much more about him other than knowing, had heard of him, but, I don't think he was like a big stick by any means, but, dependable. Probably played a variety of positions, so always valuable on a roster. So thank you, Mr. Pankovitz, and congrats on your Major League service. And I hope all of these, hope Mr. Boone, Mr. Pankovitz, and obviously Mr. Goldschmidt enjoyed the 2022 season. Hopefully Mr. Grubb did as well. And I hope you did as well. That's really all I got for today. I'll let you know if you're still watching this and you watched my last 2 videos ago. I sent in I sent in some cards for SGC grading. They have been graded. They're on the way back. I should have that video ready to go later this week, so I look forward to sharing those with you. And until then, have a great rest of your week. Take care.